It is the year that the People's Progressive Party civic lost power after 23 years. It is a year that the party describes as a watershed one with lots of challenges. But now in opposition, the Pppc will use the period in a manner aimed at strengthening itself. Taking the role of opposition seriously, the hierarchy of the Pppc plans on churning out a cadre of leaders to take the party into the future. Turning his eyes on the government, the leader of the opposition, Jagdeo, charged that the APNU-AFC coalition government lacks transparency. He feels that the government has moved away from what it preached prior to the elections. Another tendency the opposition says it has observed, according to Jagdeo, is that it would appear as though the administration has no intention of fulfilling its manifesto promises.
What they're busily engaged in doing is redefining the promises, making excuses for not meeting them or fulfilling them, and then when the excuses run out, they blame the People's Progressive Party.
Even though the government assumed control of the state in May, the opposition lead is wasting no time at pointing to promises made on the campaign trail. Things like a reduction in VAT, twofold increases for categories of workers and others.
To the rice farmers, to sugar workers, to miners, these have all now disappeared in the wash. So we have seen this as a new tendency developing.
The most worrying of all, according to Jagdeo, is that there appears to be a lack of direction by the coalition government in the economic field.
Until today, we're yet to see a coherent economic plan announced to the country. We have sought in our letter to the Minister of Finance to get even the sectoral strategies. They're non-existent. Not a combined economic plan, not a macro plan, but even sectoral strategies are absent.
Rather, what is seen, according to Jagdeo, is that almost every day ministers are seen cutting ribbons for projects which started during the tenure of the Pppc, while there seems to be no plan for the future. In the new year, the Pppc plans to push vigorously for the restoration of all the benefits that were cut, like the $10,000 cash grant and the water and electricity subsidies for pensioners. The Pppc also plans to lend support to the government for the reduction of VAT and assist the government in the fulfillment of its manifesto promises. And Duncan H. GP Nightly News.